Going to be playing some modded Minecraft. I haven't played any, or that much Minecraft as of late, except for this mod pack that I kind of found. It is called Project Architect. It's over on the CurseForge Launcher. I believe the pack is put together by one of, like, the modded Minecraft streamers or what have you. But I went ahead and loaded in the world and everything, just because, that takes a minute. And, yeah, kind of a fun pack. Should be a lot of fun. It's not quest book driven. So it is kind of more of a creative, let's go build stuff. What do we want to build type of a pack? So this series is going to be focused more on utilizing the interesting mobs and mechanics that you get with 1.16.5 because that's the version of Minecraft we're playing. And with this particular mod pack, there are some interesting mods that I do plan on exploring. It should be a lot of fun. Like every pack, when you first get started, or just playing vanilla with Minecraft, you gotta gather some wood. So we're gonna gather up these nice spruce logs. It doesn't really matter the type. This biome's kind of cool, this seasonal taiga. I don't know if I want to stay here, though. We're probably gonna look around on the map before we kind of build a base. But the interesting thing about this pack is you do start with an EMC tablet. So right off the bat, you get EMC, which is kind of nice. Not everything is EMCable, of course. But the things that are EMCable, you can pull out of your table here, assuming you've got the EMC for it. So if I burn a couple planks, now I can pull planks out. And this, I like playing with EMC. I know it's kind of like taboo playing with the EMC sometimes, but that's all right. I don't really mind. I like it. Now, another interesting thing, so I'm going to put this crafting table in this real quick. But another interesting addition, so if you have a crafting bench in your inventory, you get this little grid. And, well, are you going to let me, please? Okay. Oh, maybe it's because it's a spruce table. Weird. Okay. Well, that's fine. We'll just build this anyhow. Normally, if you have a crafting bench in your inventory, you can open up a crafting table without needing to place one down, but that's fine. We can do this. I just need to grab like one piece of cobblestone real quick so I can make stone tools, and then we'll go ahead and get moving. I just like having a full set of stone tools before I go out and adventure because it makes it a little bit easier to navigate through the terrain because you can break stone. You can also use a shovel and break the dirt a little bit quicker, and there we go. That's literally all we need to do to get started on that, and we can build a full set of cobblestone tools, or we should be able to. So burn these, burn these, burn these. And if we take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, I believe, and 7, we should be able to build a full set of tools. So split it like that. Split it like that. So we're going to grab that. Grab that. Grab that. And grab that. There we go. Full set of tools. And we're going to put them in our table because, guess what? They're EMCable. And there we go. Full set of stone tools. We don't need this wooden pick anymore. So, like these, a lot of the seeds are not EMCable, for example. So not everything's EMCable in this pack. So seeds tend not to be EMCable. So you do need, like, storage and things like that beyond just, throwing everything into a tablet. But as far as, like, building interesting structures that look good or utilize different textures and whatnot, there are a lot of different blocks in this game, or in this particular mod pack, just because there's a lot of mods in this mod pack in general. I do want to gather up these various types of wood. Even though we may not build with them right off the bat, it's nice grabbing them while you're in the location. Because we have this EMC tablet, if we ever decide, oh, hey, I actually want to use pine logs for, like, strutting or something in a building that we're going to create later on, or we like the look of the planks because they have an interesting color or something, we can do a bunch of that stuff. You also, grabbing the saplings is not a bad idea, because then I can grow these kinds of trees to do, like, landscape work type of deal. Spruce saplings are generally good to get anyway, so I wouldn't mind harvesting one of those. And grabbing logs early on is a fantastic source of EMC. They're worth 32 EMC for each block. So a stack is worth like 1,000 or well, what is that? 6 times 3 is 1/8. I think it's like 1,800 EMC is what a stack of logs will give you, which is not bad fair amount to work with. A diamond is 81.92, I believe. So, 4 stacks of logs will give you a diamond worth of EMC. Just to put that in perspective. I mean, think about it. Stone tool default durability is 132 block breaks, I believe, or something like that. It's like just over 2 stacks. So you'd have to build 2 sets of tools in order to gather that much wood if you're using stone like we are right now. And you're breaking, what is that, 256 blocks in total to get that EMC. So that is a lot of work for one thing. Now this is a waypoint type thing, so we'll have to look at that. I am gonna drop in some of the stuff that we picked up because it is all EMCable. So it's kind of like, might as well grab the EMC. Take out some planks so we've got something to build with. I do want to pick up some of this mossy cobble while we're here. And this fence. We'll go ahead and get both because it's EMCable. Well, you'll hear me say that a lot. I'm sure you'll get sick of that phrase by the end. And I'll try my best not to overuse it. But 400 blocks that direction. The other. But this is kind of good stuff to get early on. Like the fence is kind of a pain. Signpost. A lantern is really handy because those, I believe, take glowstone. The mossy cobble's not bad because you have to find a dungeon otherwise in order to get access to that material. So, cool. We got it. All unlocked. Right at the start. Poppy is always good because that is red dye. We'll grab a few of those. So there's a lot of different methods. Oh, these like hurt you, apparently. What is this? Blueberries. Oh, it's a blueberry bush. Okay, cool. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff in this pack. So if you're looking for a mod pack that's kind of enjoyable and has a lot of options available to you, I would definitely suggest this one. As of right, like if you enjoy EMC and kind of just playing with mods, this is a fun one. In addition, there is the Morph Mod in this. So when we encounter something that we can actually like kind of take out or kill or whatever, we'll be able to get it accessible via the Morph Mod, and we can transform into stuff. So like we can walk around as a zombie and things like that once we defeat one. So that's pretty cool. Same with like all the added mobs and entities that are put into the game via the various mod additions from the mod pack. You can turn into all of those entities as well. So it's quite fun. Like bats, you can turn into a bat and you can get flight. The flight is kind of garbage, so there's better options available to you. There is a map, so pushing the M key by default. Ooh, that's a village. Let's go up there. Perfect. That's actually kind of what I was looking for. Early game, being near a village is honestly quite useful because if you can get an emerald, emeralds are worth 16,000 EMC, and sometimes the villagers, if you find the correct one, will trade you an emerald for like saplings or like crops or something that's very inexpensive. And once you have one of them, you can EMC them for like a couple hundred EMC and then grab a few thousand, like tens of thousands in return, So generally worth it. I'm going to grab this sand. I should smelt some sand and cobble as well because then I can put in glass and smooth stone. Here's coal. That's fantastic to get. And there's a sandstone. We'll mine that out. I don't know if cattails are EMCable, but we'll grab them in case they are. But getting this coal, that's fantastic early on. I am going to go ahead and turn on a background track. That way I don't have to talk as much, maybe. It's pretty straightforward. I mean, it's early game progression, so you kind of play the early game the same regardless of what version of Minecraft you're playing, This one is just a little bit different because it's in your best interest to try to find a variety of different blocks with this mod pack because assuming those blocks hold an EMC value, you can throw them into your tablet and you don't actually need to store them, but you can use them to convert into something that you might actually want. Like right now, we're probably going to want wood, we're going to want cobblestone, and then once we get iron and diamonds, we're going to want to get those out of our table. Well, all these variety of blocks that we're getting right now, we may not have a use for them at this exact moment. Down the road, we may want like a ton of spruce planks or like a trap door, for example. There should be a bed inside of one of these. Gardening table, sure, we'll take that. Birch stairs, sure, we'll take that. We'll take these flower pots and flowers. We'll take this. Ooh, torch. Perfect. Let's go ahead and plunk this down. We can EMC a bunch of this garbage out of our inventory. Not that it's garbage, it's just I don't need it on me right this second. We can always put down the table and, you know, grab it back up. Or pull them back out if we really need it. But there should be maybe a bed we can sleep in, so we don't have to deal with mobs the first night. Would be fantastic. Small village, but that's fine. I think, yeah, you can kick them out. We're going to skip today just so we don't get overwhelmed with the zombies that are going to come in and try to attack these guys. There's also a loot chest. Fantastic. We got some emeralds. Cool. Boom. And we got some saplings and other interesting things. Signpost, blueberries will keep. These are not EMCable, so that's fine. Let's go ahead and grab out like 2 emeralds. Just in case there's something that catches our eye from one of these villagers. We can maybe trade for it. But we want to find a villager that we can sell stuff to get emeralds, is kind of what I'm after. I will grab up a bed, though. That is just useful to have. I can take this furnace as well and EMC that. That's like a pirate-looking villager. I don't know if I've seen that one before. There's this one, which will do prismarine. Ooh, we could get sea lanterns. Huh, interesting. I don't know if I want that right now. Campfire, that's kind of an interesting block. Does particle effect type thing. So we'll maybe grab that. This really is... We don't have the tool for that, but we'll grab some hay. Never know if we get like a horse or something, or we want to farm crops or what have you. We can turn that in. It also is worth a decent chunk of EMC, I believe. Pumpkins. This is a good thing to find. Those are sometimes hard to come across just in the default world gen. So finding these right here at this village, fantastic. Because we can make a pumpkin farm, right? I am also going to harvest out this wheat and all that. Composter I'll take, sure. You can tell if something has EMC with the... I think it's the Walia mod that's doing that. What am I looking at? But it'll tell you if it has EMC. So, like, wheat seeds, EMC 16. Farmland doesn't have EMC, but dirt does. So, like, dirt, 1 EMC, right? Grindstone, 24 EMC. So we'll take that. Thank you. Thank you, good sir. Oh, you won't trade with me? Fine. Be like that. No emeralds for you, son. We gonna move. We gonna find someone that will trade us emeralds for, like, wood or something. That's what we want. Or saplings. I know there's villagers that do that. We could get brick, limestone. That's not really worth it if you ask me. Find something a little bit better, perhaps. Sugar canes. That's always good. Get enough, we can make paper. Then we just need to get some leather and we can build a book. Then we'll have access to all of that. And I say we'll have access to it, that's assuming we have the EMC, right? Available to pull them out of the table. Which we may or may not have at a given time. Just depends. Stone cutter, that's useful. That's kind of like a chisel, but like placed, more or less. So that's pretty good. A lot of blocks specifically can only have different textures applied to them in this pack through that stone cutter. So grading sleeve, buddy card, buddy pack, ferns, pumpkin seeds, spruce logs. Okay, I see that. That's decent. Let's go ahead and clean up our inventory. I mean, we already have 26,000 EMC, and that is because we found those emeralds in that chest. That was super lucky in that loot chest. Yeah. So we got grassling, coal, wheat, wet, emeraldia, metallico, red, oinky, and caster. Cool. So we got a bunch of buddy cards, I guess. I don't know how valuable those are or what they're used for exactly. I haven't played with that mod before, but we'll maybe find out because we just got a bunch of them. What does this dude got for us? Won't trade with us, fine. Fine, good sir. I will leave you alone then. I did forget to put in the sugar cane. That's alright, though. Eat these berries, because we are a bit low on food. Ooh, redstone? Yeah, that I will take you up on. That is a pretty good one. 32 rotten flesh, that's not terrible. We just have to find a zombie, beat him, and get his rotten flesh, and we can EMC that out, and that will be a decent trade. Because rotten flesh is worth way less than emeralds. But, okay, there's that. We're going to leave our EMC right here. I'm going to open this. There's zombies back behind this wall, I'm pretty sure. Or a zombie. Yeah, like that's a cave right there, I'm pretty sure. So let's go ahead and just kind of poke in. Oh, skeleton. One dude we don't want to fight. I just want some flesh, bros. Could you be chill? No. Okay, well, that's fine. Ooh, there is a golem here. I'm not going to fight him, but we should be reasonably well protected. We could get honeycomb, lily pads. That's not terrible, assuming we can find a lily pad. I think that's iron down there. I don't see any lily pads right nearby, but I think I will try to grab this ore that's exposed. Because why not? We need to kind of get mining anyway. So this is nickel ore, which we can't gather because we need an iron pick. This is copper, which we can grab. Now, the ores themselves are not EMCable, but the ingots are. So all we got to do is process this ore into ingots and we can get the EMC out. Now, it is generally speaking... We're going to die. That wasn't great. Okay. We're actually close by. That particle effect's actually kind of cool. When you hold your key. No, I guess it's just always. That's cool. Now, let's see if we can do this without perishing. Grab that, and can we build out? Yes. Okay, good enough. So this enters into that same cave. Let's move this around. These guys can come off of my hotbar. Okay, there we go. Little better. Marble, I actually do quite like building with marble. That is a creeper. No thank you, sir. Really? What a micro nerd right here. Granted, look at you, son. You just got sniped through a corner. How about that? Last poke from you. Okay, let's go up and grab our EMC table before we lose it. There is iron ore right there, so we might try to build like a little bunker, more or less, so we can mine that out, so we can get access to iron, which is EMCable, of course. Because we do have quite a bit of EMC at this point. Like, we'd be able to grab, like, a stack of iron out, potentially. So let's go find this house. I believe it is this one. Nope. Not this one. This one. It's a little bit bigger. Oh, nope. But that's an empty loot chest. Thank you. Don't mind if I do. It's this one with the ladder. Yeah, it's got a tower. It'd help if I wouldn't walk on those bushes. We wouldn't be so low on health all the time. Okay. That aside, though. Ooh, brewing stand? Yeah. I'll take that. Okay. Cool. Going to this is why you want to find a village early on. Look at that. We just got a source of food. Full stack of food. Like it was nothing. Can put this stuff in, too. We got more buddy cards, which I don't really want to do anything with until I have some chests. I think I will just stash that emerald. I don't believe I have rotten flesh in here. Yeah. We haven't found it. Let's go ahead and pick this up with us, though. And we'll bring it with us. A little easier. In case we decide to relocate. Ooh, I could have grabbed some torches. That might have made sense. Iron Golem. What up, my bros? I don't know. We should sleep, is what we should do. Not that one. I think this one will have a bed. Yeah. Sleep for the night. Then we'll go back out. We'll try to get some iron ore. We'll just place a smelter. Initially, we'll smelt up that copper just because I don't want it in my bag. And then after that, what we'll do is smelt up the iron ore as well. So we have that in the table and we can pull it out. We'll upgrade to an iron pickaxe. And maybe an iron sword. It depends on if we want to be spendy with our EMC or not. Which, maybe. We might do that. I don't know. Let's go ahead and grab out a stack of torches while I'm thinking about it. And I think we're about ready. Like, we don't have armor is the only thing we're missing to go down and clear out that cave. But I think we can handle it. Let's go do it. Let's go try it, at least. We've got food now that's not garbage. So we can stay topped up. We're on full health. We're about ready to get this. So let's give it a shot, eh? There's that. Okay, that's kind of a staircase. Alright. I don't see any goons yet. Where they at? I know there's more guys in here. Maybe not. Ooh, source gem. That's perfect. That's worth a lot of EMC. It's used with the Ars Nouveau mod. Come get some. There we go. Rotten flesh. Perfect. We can go teach that to our table. And then we should go max out the trade on that villager before the night resets. Because you're limited to a shop reset of 2 times per day. And it's Minecraft day. So you can skip it with the bed. And I don't know. There may be a way to skip tonight as well. Like, there is once you get to watch a flowing time and that kind of stuff, but I don't have that yet. Let's go ahead while we're down here. We're going to gather up some iron ore because we can definitely mine that. And grab 8 of it because that'll burn equally with 1 piece of coal. It's in our best interest to wait to process most of this stuff into EMC items until we have a way of doubling our ore. So that's fairly easy to set up. And we should be able to do that with the EMC that we have here. But I want to at least get some iron, like an iron pickaxe. We can mine pretty much everything with that. We'll be able to get the diamond pickaxe once we find diamonds, of course. But you need an iron pick to mine diamonds. So, yeah. Get that. Then we can gather, like, the nickel and all the other, like, mod ores that we may want a little bit easier. So, is it this dude that trades it? No, he's the lily pad guy. Maybe it's this guy. I don't remember what the guy looked like that was doing rotten flesh for emeralds. But that is the one that I want. Maybe he was over here. Okay. Fine. Around the side, I guess? Alright, not him. Not him. Is it you? No, you're lily pads as well. Here we go. Okay, let's plonk down our table. We're gonna learn all the stuffs. I'm gonna grab out 2 pieces of coal. I'm gonna grab out 2 furnaces. And I am grabbing flesh, 2 stacks. So as you see, we still have over 40,000 EMC in our table right now. And that, like, yeah. I'm just starting these on the smelt so we can get those items available to us. But if we turn this in and do this, boom. Oh, that's a fantastic trade. So a stack of rotten flesh is 2,048 EMC. Okay? A single emerald is 16,000. So for this 16,000, it costs us 1024. We're getting 16 times return on that. That's awesome. Oh man, he's still buying. Look at this. Awesome. Villager restock up to 2 times per day. So tomorrow we can sell the rest of this rotten flesh, get a bunch more, but we just made us 196,000 EMC. Pretty easy, right? And we can store all this in our table and come back tomorrow when we have more EMC, or when he's restocked his shop, right? And there you go. So there we go. We got some more buddy cards. We got Fortune. We got Dio. And he's like a flashy Dio. We got a flashy red, a flashy wet, a flashy oinky, normal oinky, grassling, 3 grasslings. Okay. I don't know what any of that means, but that's what we have. Kind of interesting, to say the least. But let's go ahead and burn these in. Cool. Yeah, we can take out a stack of iron ingots like it's nothing. How awesome is that? Planks. I don't have normal planks. This is all spruce. Is there like a normal tree somewhere? Because I want to do the crafting table in my inventory method. It's just way easier than I can build wherever I want. Or create items wherever I want. Aspen. Those are all spruce planks. Spruce. Alright, there's just no regular wood around. Unfortunate. Well, we'll just build a spruce table, I guess. Good enough. I should take one of these houses over, I guess. Just call it mine. So I know that this is the trader that we want to go to. So maybe we'll take this one on the end. Like, spruce it up a little bit. Ooh, there's a whale. What up, Mr. Whale? He despawned, but that's fine. Might come back later. He's not trading with me. Fine. You like that? Stingy guy. I just want to make us some money. And I mean, not really you in the village, but per se, but that's okay. You don't need to know that. Ooh, we found pumpkin pies. That's awesome. More buddy cards. Potatoes, pumpkin seeds. Ooh, oak crafting table. Speak of the devil. That's what I was looking for. We'll take all this other goody huts out of here. And we'll just make this ours. Forget it. There's oak crafting, so craft. If I put this in my inventory, we're going to upgrade from bread. That's basic food. We're going pumpkin pie. Yeah. We exclusively eating pumpkin pie at this point in the game. That's what we're going to do. But let's go ahead and now if I push V is my hotkey, you can customize that. I get portable crafting. I am going to make a chest. We're going to make a couple chests. That way we can EMC one. We're going to make some sticks. And we're going to build us an iron pickaxe. And you know what? We're just going to build all the tools. Because might as well. Yeah. So iron pick. Whoops. Didn't mean to make 2. Meant to make an axe. A shovel. Doesn't really matter. The EMC values are equivalent. So we're not losing EMC by making that extra pick. We'll just throw it in the table. It'll all be good. I do want to put these chests down, though. So let's go ahead and put that stuff in. And we'll upgrade our tools from stone to iron. Pretty easy. I mean, we're 30 minutes in on the stream and we're already at iron tools. Not bad, not bad. This is why I like EMC packs. This is why I play them. I think it's fun. Yes, it does accelerate stuff and make it a little bit easier on some things, but we still have to gather, like, there's still plenty of items to deal with that are not EMCable. So, yeah. Let's go ahead and dump this stuff, though. Like, I guess we'll need a chest just exclusively for our buddy cards. Lol. This I would like to break, but it won't let me. That's the only problem with this building. So let's build our own. So let's just look at wood. Logs. There we go, logs. Grab some aspen, maple, pine, and spruce. Let's make the planks of each of these. So spruce, pine, maple, aspen. Teach this to each of them. I kind of like the look of the aspen and the maples. So we'll maybe do that with some spruce planking. Maple, like maybe we'll do aspen floors. So we'll grab a few of those. Maple walls, and then we'll do spruce logs for the framework. We'll do something like that. Let's go ahead and pull out a bed. We'll just reset our spawn point. And what we can do is when the day ticks over, we can go ahead and go see if that guy will buy more rotten flesh from us. This guy right here. Not this guy, the guy down there. This one. Mr. Purple right here, the cleric. Yeah. We can also give him gold, which isn't a bad trade, so 61.44 for 16. Not as good as the rotten flesh trade, but still decent. Ooh, we can get lapis unlocked. That's not bad, actually. Let's try to do that. Costs us an emerald, so we lose, 15,000 EMC to get lapis as opposed to just mining an ore block. But you know what? That's okay. Thank you, good sir. I appreciate your lapis. We don't have gold, so we can't do that trade yet, but that's alright. That cleric, so I guess if you find a cleric, that's not a bad one, as far as villager types go, to generate you some EMC. The rotten flesh trade in particular is fantastic, but the gold trade's not bad. 10,000 EMC per trade is not bad, so, whatever. It's just not quite as good as 14,000. So maybe what we'll do, we'll kind of extend this out. So, like, I kind of want to break these spruce planks. And build it with logs as a framework for, like, the jetties. And then we can use the aspen planks for, like, to fill in some of the structuring. You know what I'm saying? Then we've got this dirt here that's kind of, like, part of the path. So something like this, maybe. It goes, I want to set this back one. Like this, maybe. That's primarily why I like EMC, is it makes building stuff that looks good way easier to pull off in survival, so I don't have to cheat in order to do this. I instead am utilizing a mod. So I have to gather materials in order to pull out the items I want. That's still true. But I don't have to go find the exact items that I want and gather those exclusively. So it makes it a little bit more varied. You can do different things to kind of progress, as opposed to just gathering the same thing. So, like, yeah, we could go mine a ton and ton of iron and everything, and that's one way of progressing. But alternatively, we can stay here and trade with these villagers and kind of pull out the iron that we need. Like, we can already pull out a stack of iron. That would take a long time to mine, assuming we even knew where the blocks were. So, yeah. Anyway, just that's one of the benefits of playing with EMC. If you haven't done it before. So, I kind of like, I don't know, I think these aspen planks look kind of good. You guys let me know what you think. I'm just going to fill this kind of in a bit. I think that's kelp, is what that is. That should be EMCable. It is fantastic. So, okay. I'm kind of thinking these are just more or less like bit, so maybe what we'll do... that is a deep drop, so we're not going to do that. So if I make this... Like, we can make it butt right up against this house, I suppose. Oh, whoops. Meant to do it right there. And this is just a basic, like, starter area. It's more or less just going to have a bed in it. It's going to have our table in it. It'll maybe have a furnace in it. And that's kind of it. I'll break that block. So I want it facing up and down. Be easier to do up top. Let's just get up there. Like that. That's how I want it to look. But not here. I do want it the other direction. So like that. But like gathering this many logs, if I was out just harvesting trees, would take a really long time. Like, see, we went through a stack of logs like it was nothing. And we're not even done. We needed more. So, not a big deal, necessarily, but something to keep in mind. Now, let's go ahead and kind of fill in these walls. I think that looks kind of good with the maple. You guys let me know what you think. I kind of want to let this go out into a like walkway that looks out over the sea. So we're going to do something like that. The structure probably doesn't look super amazing on the outside right now, but that's okay. There are like carpenter's blocks or frame blocks. They work like carpenter's blocks if it's not the same mod. So that's pretty good. Cool. We got that. I can pull out spruce door. Oh, whoops. There we go. Boom, boom. Whoops. There we go. All right. Basic structure, pretty much there. I just want to place a little bit out this way. We're going to smelt up some glass, and we're going to put glass out here so we can look out over the river or what have you. And it's just a little small area. We'll maybe put the bed out in this region. Extend it out a little bit. Maybe do it in like a circle. Or kind of give it like a bend or like a curve. So it's not perfectly square. I don't know. I'm not super amazing at building. Don't roast me too hard, please. But that's all right. No worries. Let's go ahead. I could build a builder's one. That would maybe make this a little bit easier. Go one more. I think. Yeah. All right. Let's get that. Let's move our table over here. We'll move our bed over here. I'd like to move that chest over here, but we'll do that after we finish building everything, just because it has a bunch of non-EMCable items. So for the time being, I'm going to move the bed out there, but we'll just place that there. We're going to put our table like right here. Let's grab a furnace. Oh, whoops. Shift-click takes out a stack, not one, unless it's a non-stackable item. Got a couple stacks. Coal, coal, coal. And let's grab a sand. Stack of sand. Actually, we only need one. And then a cobblestone. Sure, we'll do that. And I think, I don't know if the recipe for this is if you smelt rotten flesh. Oh, only in a redstone furnace. Okay, that's fine. Glass, stone. Oh, dang it. Do that every time. Yeah, the shards from quark are not EMCable. So, don't do what I just did there. I forgot to EMC the chest. So, we gotta wait. That's fine. Cool. Glass. Sand. Let's get rid of some of this stuff. I want these planks. Another stack. I'll take 2 stacks of these. We're also going to take 2 stacks of spruce. And then I want some glass. Stack of glass. 2 stacks of glass. Sure. Let's go ahead and use our portable crafting table. And we're going to try to build a couple of like tools real quick. So we need 2 pieces of iron for this. One of them is just going to be a stick and an iron, and that will give us a basic chisel. The other one's going to be 2 sticks and an iron like that to give us an ironed wand. Now, the chisel we're not going to use right away, so I'm just going to throw that in the table. But the iron wand, we are. I'm going to put it in the table because it does have an EMC value, so it makes using it a little bit easier. I'm going to use, not going to need a shovel or a pick, so we're going to move those off our hotbar so we can have access to the various things or types of blocks that we may want to place. But what this tool does is basically it will duplicate the blocks in the next row and place them for you. Super nice when you're building structures. If you haven't played with building wands before and you like building stuff, I suggest trying that mod out. You will most likely fall in love with it. Because I know I have. If the pack doesn't have that mod, it makes me sad. So I'm glad this pack has it. There we go. Light it up in here a little bit. Put 2 right here. We'll put 1 there, and there. Okay. Then I need... something like this. That'll work. We can move our bed over there. We'll do that in a second. Sleep through the night first. I just don't want anything spawning in on us while we're trying to do things, you know? There we go. Spawn point set. Perfect. Let's go ahead and figure out how we're going to do this. So... yeah, it's going to place like that, huh? Okay, maybe we won't use these then. Let's just make it a glass box. You know what? That's fine. I'm content with that. Maybe we'll put a door on one of the sides. So, like, if we want to go out, we can. But if I do the base layer, I should be able to use the building wand to stack them. And I'll do that while I'm on top of it so I can put the roof on at the same time. Or once we're finished building the walls up. But there we go. That's kind of what I want this to look like. Well, maybe on this wall. Break these 3. I want to place... there we go. That's how I want it to look. So... I might be able to do it like that. That's fine. I guess it's fine if the one underneath is weird. Doesn't necessarily matter. But that... and I'm doing this basically so if I decide later, hey, I want to go out to the water and go gather something, I can just hop out through this door right here and go for a swim or something. I don't know. It probably won't happen more than once, but you never know. There may be something cool out in the water that I want to go look at, and now I can get out. Pretty fancy, right? Not really. But let's go ahead and fill this in with the glass. So it's just a small little starter base, but you know, since we have EMC, we can build structures like this relatively quickly. I think I am going to cap this with just these maple planks, so it's a consistent tone. A 3 high window is good enough. I think, like, part of me wants to go up one more, but I think we're just going to close this in as the roof. So let's go ahead and do that. Easy to do roofs with the building wands once you have the blocks placed that you want to use as your roofing material. Easy as that. Cool. So we'll do that. A little bit more light. Not bad. Good enough. For this, if I start one, like that, place 4 blocks, I can do the rest with the wand. Go straight across, and then straight across. Oh, ran out of planks. Sad day. So it will use all of the planks in your inventory. If you don't have enough to complete the full row, it will not complete the full row. It will just do as much as you have in your inventory. So bear that in mind. Okay, let's go ahead and clear some of this stuff out. We'll put our crafting table down there. We'll put our tools back where they normally go. We'll throw away the wands. We don't need it right now. And let's go harvest up this chest and move that into our new abode with all of our buddies. All of these buddy cards. We'll make a dedicated chest for them over here. So maybe we'll use the spruce chest for the buddy cards. So this is only buddy cards, because I'm assuming we'll maybe get more of them. And having a place to put them is not a bad thing. Dedicated storage. I know what's in this box now. Then, if I take out some planks, maybe we will use aspen. That could look good. If it's a different color, it may not be. Oh, we can't. We can't. Fine. Spruce it is. I need to teach this to our table, first of all. We'll make a little dump chest right here for any of our non-EMCable stuff, and then we can throw everything that is EMCable into the table, just like that. Now we're pretty much set up. We've got a basic base, a stack of torches, crafting table. Let's grab some cobblestone, so we can kind of deal with placing blocks if we need to. Eat a pumpkin pie. Eat that pumpkin pie. Let's get some rotten flesh, and let's go do our trades and see how much EMC is. So we're at about 224,000 EMC in our table right now. Let's see how much we're at after we max this dude out. Oh. Really? But dude, it's been a day. What happened? You suck. I want to kill you. No, not really. We'll just wait. He hasn't restocked his shop because he's a scrub lord. Look at him. Yeah, you heard me right, son. I called you a scrub. Let's look at this guy. Maybe he'll trade with us now? No? That's unfortunate, bro. Why you gotta be like that? Okay. Fine. We'll burn out this rotten flesh. Let's go gather up the ore that's down in this spot. I am gonna put on a waypoint, so I'm gonna claim these chunks. If you go into this right here, you can claim chunks. And I am gonna include this guy as a force-loaded chunk, and ours is force-loaded chunks. That just means that these will stay loaded even while we're away, so this guy can continuously restock his shop for us while we're out gathering other things. I'm going to go down to that little cave that we stumbled onto a little bit earlier in the stream, and see if we can't gather up some nice juicy ore. And maybe we can get started with some machines, some basic machines at least. Getting this nickel is fantastic because nickel and iron makes Invar, which is used in the thermal expansion upgrades, the first tier of them anyway. So that's helpful to find this early on. We could look at getting a tinker smeltery set up as well. That wouldn't be bad, or the worst thing in the world. Ooh, clay. Speak of the devil, we need some clay to do that. We also need some gravel. We've got sand already, but not bad. That's a nice stack of clay. Kind of a lucky find. Oh, if you're curious what the world seed is, the world seed is literally lucky 777. That's what I put in. And this is what we got. So, I mean, thus far, I would say it's a fairly lucky seed. Not terrible anyway, but I wanted to let you guys know what the seed is, or the one that I used. That way, if you want to play along with me, you can. You can even do it in the same world gen. So, you know where stuff is if you want to, like, beeline for something, or if you want to have access to the Rotten Flesh Villager trade, you use this seed. It should be the same for you. Like, I believe that is seed dependent and not world dependent. I could be wrong on that. I don't actually know. So, anyway, but you can play in the same world gen. So if you like the biomes or something, you can do that too. There we go. We got the gravel that we're gonna need. I do want to break some of this soapstone because it's worth 8 EMC, whereas normal cobblestone is only worth 1 EMC. So min-max our EMC gains. And it looks different. So scoria stone, worth 10. It's this nice red color, so you can implement all of these things into various builds. If you want to theme them around a certain color or aesthetic, you can utilize some of these different cobblestones and woods and everything to do that. So it's a good pack for building, I would say. It's got a lot of different types of blocks, different options available in that sense. A lot of like quality of life mods. So ProjectE is a big quality of life. It does have refined storage, which I do plan on building a refined storage system, relatively quickly, just because it makes life easier as far as storing your non-EMCable items starting off, and eventually you can link your EMC system to your refined storage system. It just takes quite a bit of EMC to get that done. Not a big deal. Gathering all this stuff is super useful for us, not only because some of them, like the apatite we just collected, are direct EMC items. We can just dump them in and pull them out. They don't need to be processed. And other items like this uranium from bigger reactors, so basically the follow-up to big reactors is bigger reactors. We'll use that for power most likely. It's the easiest, more or less, to set up, I feel. Ooh, rock root. That's good to find. But source gem, these are worth like an emerald, I think. They're 16,000 each or something. Or they're a diamond, I don't recall. But whatever, those are good to find. That's used in Ars Nouveau, which is a decent mod. I kind of want to play around with it a little bit. I don't know all the spells. It's kind of like Ars Magica from back in 1.12, I think, is when that was around. It's kind of like the follow-up to that mod. Pretty cool. You build spells, and there's crafting and all that good stuff. Yeah, so we might take a look at that mod at some point. If there is a specific mod you want me to take a look at in this mod pack, it's the Chosen Architect mod pack. If you're tuning in later or whatever, that's the mod pack I'm playing. So if there's a mod in that pack that you want to learn more about or want to see me try, be sure to drop it in the comment section on YouTube and let me know what it is, and I'll do my best to accommodate you. Because there's a lot of stuff you can do in this pack, and it's a creative pack. There's no quests, so like if you have ideas or specific concepts you want to see, like let me know. I'll do them, because why not? We got the pack, we got the space, we got the time. Let's do it. But I do plan on kind of rushing a couple things with ProjectE initially, just because if you have reliable large stacks of EMC, it makes doing or getting into other mods a little bit easier and things like that, or like makes building a lot easier in particular. There's also great creative flight accessible through ProjectE that I would be interested in unlocking relatively quickly, just because being able to fly is just so nice. But let's go ahead and grab up this. So zinc is from the create mod, so that mod's in here, so we can do a lot of cool automation and, as the mod would suggest, creative builds with that. So that could be a lot of fun as well. I haven't done a whole lot with the create mod either, so could be an interesting experience for me as well. So we'll probably try to utilize some of the create stuff. Let me know if there's something cool from create you think I should look at, or what have you. There is the Powah mod, so we could build a reactor from the Powah mod. I don't know exactly how those work, but we might utilize some of the batteries from that mod, I think, are pretty good, or like the power storage from that mod is pretty good, where it holds a lot and transfers really quickly. I think they also have their own cables that transfer pretty quickly, wireless transmission of power, so like wireless charging, that kind of thing. So we might utilize the Powah mod for some of our power needs. I believe Flux Networks is in this as well, which I really do like that mod for power management, just because it is wireless right off the bat, gives you charging, it gives you cross-dimensional, and it's all packaged in one mod. So once you set it up, you don't have to change your infrastructure later, which I find helpful. Unless there's a specific reason to, like maybe like sometimes the flux points don't deliver enough enough power to a certain machine to run it at peak efficiency or what have you. But it's generally a good way to get power around your base. There's also wireless power transmitters from Cyclic, because Cyclic is in this. So there's a lot of options as far as power transmission goes. But I think that is pretty much all the ore out of this little cave. So let's go ahead and hop back topside, if we can find our staircase out. Maybe. Break this. There we go. Perfect. And we need to go sleep, because it is nighttime. Head back home. Should be relatively safe still, I would think. So that was a raccoon. Interesting. You need to restock your rotten flesh trade, my good sir. I want to exploit you some more. Not a big deal, though. We just gotta, like, if we processed all the ores that we just gathered, we'd be able to chunk out quite a bit of EMC. So there is that. Let's go ahead and EMC what is EMCable. So like the clay, that's a good find. The rock root is not EMCable, but that's fine. We'll put all this stuff right in here for now. We could, so like if we wanted to, uranium's worth quite a bit of EMC. I don't have tin yet. I don't have zinc yet. I'm just going to process one of each of these so we can put them in the table. Same with the nickel. Coal is EMCable. So like the ingots are EMCable. These are worth half a diamond each. So uranium is a good source of EMC. If you can, because it's relatively abundant. It's kind of like as common as iron, but worth, half a diamond. Nickel, a little more uncommon, so getting that off early on is pretty good. And then the zinc ingots you can throw into the table as well. So once you process it, there's not really a reason to go mine the ore necessarily if you have a reliable means of generating EMC. So what we could look at is trying to get an EMC system set up first. So I think, let's maybe look at that. So I think Botany Pots. Yeah, Botany Pots. And hopper Botany Pots are a thing. Cool. So let's do that. Terracotta, which just takes clay. So we need some clay. And we need to form a clay block, which I should teach to the table just in case. And we fire that into a terracotta. Put that into the table. And then a flower pot is just bricks. So we need to cook some bricks, or a brick. There's one clay ball. Will give us a brick. Stack of that. Cool. Stack of those. And hit. Oh. Did I tossed my crafting bench, huh? Silly me. There we go. So we need flower pots. Cool. Which actually I have those in the table. Awesome. These are also EMCable. So throw one of those. Amazing. I don't want charcoal. I need 5 iron, and I need a chest to make a hopper. Perfect. Put that in. Grab a stack. I don't actually need a stack. I just, yeah, why not, right? Cool. Here we go. Stack of hopping botany pots. Now, what these little fellas do is they will grow various plants or trees. Trees are typically better to grow in them just because they produce more EMC. So if I take a sapling, like let's say do half of spruce, half of aspen. Sure, why not? Doesn't really matter. I do need an inventory for these to output into, so getting an energy condenser would be nice. I need a diamond in order to do that. So we need to find a diamond, is what we need to do. Oh, random trader dude. What up, my homie? Ooh, he's got lily pads. That's another exploitable, so we will buy those from him. No, come back. Don't run away. I want your lily pads. Thank you. Orange dye I don't care about. Coral I don't really care about. Pumpkin seeds we already have. The rest of this I don't really care about. But saplings. Or lily pads, not saplings, the lily pads. Those can be traded to a gentleman for emeralds. So, where are we at on EMC? 202? Let's see where we're at after we trade with this guy. I believe it is the gentleman down here. See, he's not in his house. So this guy, Mr. Green. Hello, Mr. So we get 1 emerald for 24, so 384 to 16,000. How awesome is that? Cool. So we just got 262,000 EMC. Thank you. I appreciate ya. Just because I wanted him as a creature to turn into because they're 1 block tall. But cool. That was a bunch of EMC. I didn't actually mean to do that. We're not going to actually automate 64 of these just because that's like a ton. I want to build pipes, so the pipe mod is in here. Item pipes, iron, droppers, just soap, stone. Okay. So I need redstone, iron. And cobs. That should be everything. Let's go ahead and build this. So we need a dropper. And cool. Make some item pipes. And those are also EMCable. I need to build the wrench. Just flint and sticks. Do I have flint? I don't. We need to get flint. No biggie. I thought we had flint already, but that's okay. That will hopefully be enough. Apparently not. Actually, I wonder if the flint recipe is in this. It is. Looky there. It's 2 sticks and 2 flint. Teach that. And, okay. Now, let's grab... I guess we'll just grab 2 chests to output into. And we'll set up our Botany Pots. So we'll just set this little system up to export into this chest right here. Take our item pipes. Break that. We're just going to run them along this window. Right up to our bed. Sure. Now, whoops. Click them on top. And we need our wrench to extract from all of these. So when it gets that little bulge, that means that it's in extract mode. And it actually says, so no upgrade transferring 4 items every 20 ticks. That's what we want. Break this. We don't need that. So we're going to have, what? 16 of these? or 11 of these. So 11 total. That's not bad. That'll be reasonably fast. More than 10 per cycle. So let's go ahead and grab the saplings. We'll just do spruce. It doesn't really matter. I think all of them are going to do the same. Technically speaking, oak I think is the best because you sometimes have a chance to generate apples, which are worth a little bit more EMC than wood, but also not a big deal. Ooh, cool. We got a free lead. That's pretty awesome. Okay. Get rid of some of this garbage. Alright. There we go. Wrench I don't need. You're not trading anything amazing. Is this guy restocked? Let's see. No. I don't think he's going to restock that trade. That's alright. We exploited 2 villagers and got like 500,000 EMC out of it, so I guess that's worth it. As these start growing, so grow time's about a minute. Or I guess it's more than a minute. Okay. Is that just due to lack of light? So if we had like lamps or something, that might go faster. You also could use a watch of flowing time and that would make it go faster, but that's fine. I think these are going to do like 4 or 5. So let's do some math real quick. Let's say that each one of these produces 2 logs, right? That's 64 EMC per, and we've got 11. So that's 640 plus 64 is 714 or 704. 704 EMC per cycle. So that's maybe like 2 minutes. Every 2 minutes we get 704 EMC. That's not terrible for an early game system. I mean, we could scale this out as well, like just throw down more trees, like if we move the bed out of here and put our bed up here. We can extend this around and throw down more trees. So let's go ahead and do that actually. So grab a wrench, grab a stack. Dirt. And I could also use peat as a growing material as well. I believe that is slightly more efficient, or will decrease the grow timer on the trees potentially. So how do we actually make that? Peat. Oh, okay. Charcoal biomass. Oh, okay. It's for that. I don't really care about that. Okay, that's fine. You know what? It doesn't matter. We're just going to go ahead and put these down. So let's get all this set up first. So we do have the door right there, so we'll leave that open, I guess. I'm going to place this first inner line first. We're going to wrench all of these pipes. So I am shift right clicking to wrench these. And then we're going to lay down another layer in the middle. And wrench all of these. Then we're going to go one more. So we're just going to stack this super thick. Because we want a fair amount of EMC coming in. That way when we do find diamonds and everything, we can churn out a ton of diamonds for building, right? So if we do something like this, I mean, I'll count how many we have and we can give you a rough estimate of what EMC per cycle we're going to end up with, and then I can try to take a look and see if I can figure out what the cycle time is. And then you would have an idea of this is how much EMC I'm generating per minute with just Botany Pots, which, I mean, it does cost a little bit of EMC, but not too much. And it's just clay to make these, so you can make all of this by hand. You don't have to use EMC. Oh, does this not auto-collect? Why? Really? Do I have to manually... That's meant to work. Really? Why? Why though? I don't understand. I know this kind of system works usually. Like, does it need an upgrade maybe? It's the pipes mod, so let's add it to see. So basic upgrade. Basic pipe upgrade. I mean, we can build one of those. They're not that expensive. It's just iron. A little bit of redstone. So nuggets. Do I really need upgrades in all of them, though? I feel like that shouldn't be a thing. Okay. Do I need a destination filter, maybe? This thing? What does that take? Glass pane. Oh, and a button. Okay. Okay, well, this isn't gonna work, it appears, so. I don't know, this must have been patched or something. That's a shame. Oh well, not a big deal. There's other ways or other methods of generating EMC. You can do a lot of cool stuff with the create mod, so we'll maybe do something like that instead. No worries. We also can build power flowers, so that's another option. When I was testing the world, that's how I actually did EMC, was through power flowers. And that's directly through the ProjectE mod, so it's pretty safe, I think. It'll always work. Granted, I'm playing by myself on a single-player server, so the way power flowers become good is if you're using several watch of flowing times, because the buffs stack, so you can get like thousands of ticks executing per tick on your collectors, so you can generate like just insane amounts of EMC with the 13 collectors you'd put in a flower. But so you only need to run one. You only have to build one, and that's it. Then you just throw down more pedestals if you want to turn things up, or you deactivate the pedestals if you want to turn things down, which there's no reason to necessarily. I mean, it builds up passively over time. Once you have a tier, everything up at red matter tier on your power flower, like you're generating a decent amount of EMC even without the watch of flowing time. So assuming you're not always pulling out thousands of EMC worth of items, just a normal power flower should do you fairly good on being able to get what you want whenever you want it, more or less, using EMC. But throwing down, I think the design I ended up using has like 6 watch of flowing times or something like that on a flower, so it generates quite a bit. I have like billions of EMC in that map, in that game now, and a very short amount of time. So this didn't work. I'm not sure why it didn't work, but it didn't. I wonder if maybe instead of the hopper variety, maybe I just need the regular. Maybe that's what the problem is. So I was using this. But maybe I need just a normal pot. Just a normal botany pot. Let's try that. Let's just do one and see if it works. And if it does, then we can scale it. Unfortunately, now we gotta wait for this sapling to grow. I don't have bone meal, I don't think. That's okay. Oh, he went into his little shop. That's cool. We're gonna turn into this llama. Sorry, friendo. Ooh, leather. That's actually useful for us because now we can build a backpack. I think we need string, though. We still need string. I don't know. What's around us? So, if we cross, this looks like it's just a normal forest. Yeah, just normal forest biome. So that might make sense. We could go get some regular wood. And there's probably going to be some animals over there so we can get the variety of food drops. So let's actually go head over there. And when we come back, if the system is working, we should see some spruce in that chest. But I'm going to go gather some birch and some just standard oak logs. I'm hoping that we maybe come across a spider so I can get some string. Because then we can build a backpack, which would be great. Backpacks are quite good. You can upgrade them really cheaply as well. And it's like having a chest on you, basically. So it's pretty good. There we go. So we got a slingshot trinket. Interesting. Boom. There we go. Might as well. Got our saplings. Fantastic. So we can grow more by our base if we want. I'm just going to harvest a couple of these. I mean, gathering up some extra EMC on our own is not a bad call. Getting these various types of flowers is also not a bad call because if you turn them into the dye, you can EMC the dye. And then if at some point you want to use a specific color wool, or planks. There are dyed planks in this mod pack, so you can dye those, or concretes and all that. There are a lot of different things you can use dye to change how they look. So having access to all the dyes is quite handy. We've got red dye already. We've got blue dye because we have lapis. We haven't made the actual dyes, but we could make them. It would be one craft and we're done. So we have them basically. But let's see if we can get to our home. And I'm hoping that maybe this spruce will have grown while we were out. It should have. I mean, I think we were out for more than 2 minutes, so. Here we go. Open the door. And there we go. We used it at least once. I think it did harvest because it looked like that got small. Let's go look, though. Okay. No. It didn't. Sad. Sad day. Because I think we were using the hopper ones before, right? Try it again. It just would be nice to be able to do this. I am going to do it with an oak sapling, though. Let's teach you all those good items. Fantastic. Put these planes, or the panes away. Let that grow. I mean, maybe going down to the cave is the best way to get us some string. Oh, there is a pumpkin up here. Ooh, spider. Fantastic. Come here, good sir. Yeah, get some. I'm surprised he didn't get us at least once, but he didn't. Look at that. Almost like I'm good at the game. Lol. Because I'm not. Let's go back and EMC this string. And we're going to build us a backpack. I would suggest building a backpack early on, just because it makes life so much easier, like you wouldn't believe. So there's that. We can also make wool while we're here. We can dye it to whatever color we want later, but if you go in and search for backpack, it is this one. Just a regular old backpack. It does take a chest, so we need a chest. Oh, run the stream. Cool. Boom. Just like that, we got ourselves a backpack. Now, this can be upgraded. It just costs... So the first upgrade takes 8 iron. So we'll go ahead and do that. So you just take the backpack and surround it. There is a recipe for it. It's called... It's down here. Iron backpack. It goes up to gold, then diamond, and then netherite. So that just increases the capacity of the backpack. And will allow you to equip more upgrades, because there are upgrade stuff. But it goes in your curio slot. There's a backpack slot. There's a bindable hotkey. If you go into options, controls, category, backpack, open backpack. So for sophisticated backpacks, open backpack, mine's set to B, which I like. It's B for backpack, so it makes sense. I'm going to throw our pipe wrench and our item pipes in there. But there's various upgrades you can put in. So like there's pickup upgrades, basically makes the backpack act like a magnet. That's actually not the worst thing to have in the world. I don't have a way to build a sticky piston yet, so I can't do that one. Filter. So this will take stuff in and out of the backpack and put it into your inventory, so that can be good. There is a specific magnet upgrade that you got. You've got a feeding upgrade, so it'll give you food automatically. This will refill your inventory, deposits items into your inventory. This makes it so the backpack can't die. This will allow you to stack backpacks inside of backpacks, which can get pretty crazy, especially if you're using the netherite tier, because that backpack is already quite large in size. Fluid storage and energy storage. So there's a lot of different things you can do. Eventually you can upgrade to the infinity backpack with the dissolution chamber crafting and industrial foregoing, but that's way down the road, and we probably aren't even going to need it, because by the time we have access to that stuff, we can just sort of, you know, like use refined storage or what have you instead. Maybe if this is just a normal one. Nope. Okay. Well, it just won't do it. I mean, you can put the like what we can do instead, and it'll just be smaller scale, is these will work on top of a chest. It's a hopper on top of the chest. That should definitely work. So we'll go ahead and just put down a couple saplings. It won't be as fast as I was hoping, but no worries. Maybe if I used a different type of item pipe, it would work. I don't know. But I can't be bothered to try out a bunch of them. I'm not going to waste my time on that. There's better things to do. So, let's go ahead and throw this in. I could use barrels instead of chests. That might make more sense, but whatever. Fine. Leave that running. That'll generate us a bit of passive EMC. Not a whole lot, but enough that it's worth doing. Okay, so what should we do next? I think getting some basic ore processing is maybe in order. So a pulverizer we want to build, and we want a furnace, a redstone furnace, yep. And then to run these, I'm going to use the Powah solar panels, because they're not actually that expensive. And the first 2 tiers are EMCable. So we can scale up our power with EMC, which is nice. But let's take a look and see what we need. So for the furnace, we need bricks, copper, and gold. We need gold. We don't have gold. Shoot. We have everything except for the gold. That's unfortunate. This stuff, I think, is just iron, redstone. We need blaze or lava. Okay. Let's make a bucket. we'll make we'll make a bucket, we'll grab some water, and then we'll empty that in. So bucket, teach. So the reason why we want to do this is you can actually pull out the buckets of the liquid from the EMC table, and it costs the same as a bucket. So once you bucket up one, you can pull them out infinitely if you so desire. Cool. So that is working. We'll get some EMC slowly. So every cycle of those trees growth, so every 2 minutes we get like 64 EMC, which is not a whole lot, but that's okay. It's something, right? Let's go see. We should probably build a mine shaft like closer to us. The only thing is that's out on the water, so we'll have to deal with that, with water spilling in, or dealing with like managing water, which I don't want. So we're just gonna go back over to the mine. It's fine. We know where it's at. We know how to get out of it. So fine. Let's go in here. I'm gonna go ahead, eat a pumpkin pie real quick. So restore, and let's dig. With that being said, I think what I'm gonna do is we're just gonna be mining more or less. So I'm gonna go down. I'm gonna mine down to bedrock. I'm gonna find diamonds. I'm gonna find gold. I'm gonna find all the various mineable ores and gather some of everything and bring it back up with me. I wanted to grab the backpack beforehand because I can dump all of the stuff that we're mining right here into this backpack and bring it up. It's like having a chest with me. So that doubles my inventory capacity or triples it, whatever. So it's worth doing that before you go out to mine or gather a large amount of materials, because then you'll have space to carry more in one trip. But anyway, I think we're going to just wrap up the stream here for today. When we come back in the next episode, we're going to have more materials, and we'll go into setting up a more reliable means of generating EMC. If you've enjoyed this series thus far, be sure to drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you're new, both on YouTube and over on Twitch. You can drop a follow there if you want to get notified when I go live, because I do plan on live streaming part of this series, you know, in addition to uploading stuff on YouTube. Now, the stream does go out on YouTube as well, so like if you're just watching on one platform, that's fine, not a big deal. You'll be able to see what we're doing because it'll go out to both. But some of the videos may only go up exclusively on YouTube, just because it's a little bit easier sometimes to put tutorial type stuff in that format as opposed to streaming it. Hopefully that makes sense to you and all that goodness. But with that being said, this has been Lone Debater 7. It's been super fun hanging out with you guys today. And until next time, we